The biggest Bitcoin bull in the world just unveiled an 81 trillion with a T dollar plan to buy Bitcoin, but it wasn't for strategy or MicroStrategy as it formerly known was. It is of the largest nation state in the world. Now, before you say 81 trillion, that sounds like a lot. I doubt Michael Saylor is telling us all to buy $81 trillion worth. Let's look at the fine print here, folks. Scroll on down. He's telling the U.S. to acquire 5 to 25% of the overall Bitcoin network. Now, I know we're sitting here with this price just floating along. Everybody's wondering what the heck is going on. But Michael Saylor is pitching this $81 trillion Bitcoin reserve plan for the United States just shortly after the United States launched a Bitcoin strategic reserve via executive order. Now, this is absolutely significant because we've got a couple things here to unpack, right? Lummis bills suggest buying 200,000 Bitcoin annually to build the strategic reserve. Michael Saylor proposed to buy $81 trillion worth of Bitcoin right away. So let's do some quick math here, folks. 25% of 21 million. Well, that seems to be close and a little bit over than 5 million coins, which makes this proposal over 5 times larger than the Cynthia Lummis bill. So Michael Saylor is absolutely ripping and roaring here, especially after what we just saw at the crypto summit. Now, this I never thought we would see. We've got the White House tweeting out hype videos for Bitcoin, literally saying things like, we're taking historic action to deliver that promise. And look at this hype video here, folks. If this doesn't get you jacked up, I don't know what will.
I said summit last year, I promised to make America the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and we're taking historic action to deliver on that promise.
Your administration is moving at tech speed.
We are going to keep the U.S. the dominant reserve currency in the world, and we will use stable coins to do that.
Technology is at the foundation of the Trump presidency.
This is truly a historic day, and as a crypto founder, I couldn't be more proud to be part of your administration.
No one in this room could have envisioned this just a couple years ago.
We want to stay at the forefront of everything. This is a big day. Being in the White House is a big deal, and you have great support. Thank you all very much.
It's absolutely massive, folks, because he's floated this crypto framework. I know everybody loves to use the word crypto here, and they said the White House Crypto Summit. They've been using the phrases digital assets. But one thing that is very unique about all of this, right, is they said, hey, we are going to use budget neutral ways to buy more Bitcoin. Now, what does that mean? There's plenty of different ways in order to do that, one of which includes selling off what they currently have seized. Now, what do they currently have seized? Everybody's talked about the digital asset stockpile, crypto strategic reserve, and everything else. But this outline was essentially just saying, hey, we will keep any crypto token that is seized, but we will not use taxpayer dollars or even budget neutral ways to acquire any other crypto token outside of Bitcoin. So I think it's absolutely huge that we're seeing these things floated out because they're saying, hey, $81 trillion worth of buys. Absolutely massive here, right? We're seeing things like Michael Saylor come out and be extremely bullish and telling all of these people in front of millions because we're having, the likes of Donald Trump and others there. But we've also got, other people tossing out these budget neutral ways to buy Bitcoin. Now, Matthew Siegel, friend of the program, I think he's lined out a few very good ideas, but also a couple ones that might be tongue in cheek, a little humorous here. Now, with that, he said you can do these 6 different things. So the percentage of Doge savings. My favorite is selling the $1.4 billion worth of cheese in order to get more Bitcoin, which would bring 2 to 4 billion. There's Bitcoin bonds, lobby the IMF, reduce the Fed's permissible surplus, revalue gold reserves, which I think is an interesting one because currently the US has a shit ton of gold, allegedly, right? We don't know. It hasn't been audited. But the one thing about David Sachs saying with all of this as well is, well, we haven't audited the seized Bitcoin either. So there's going to be a few audits that need to be taken place before all of this. But that being said, right, we could revalue those gold reserves. When they were first obtained, they were, I believe, like 20 times cheaper than it is right now for the amount. So with that, it would be a large surplus. We could borrow against those gold reserves in order to then get more Bitcoin. And then we could also do an exchange stabilization fund. So all these different things would be absolutely massive, right? But the point that I want to get to here is that I think it's absolutely massive how we and the White House is recognizing essentially how important it is to get this thing moving, get it off the ground, and get it going. They've essentially started a digital FOMO race to obtain digital real estate, digital gold, whatever you guys want to call Bitcoin. All the nation states around the world are racing to obtain as much of the Bitcoin network as possible. Now, with that, right, we have the strategic Bitcoin reserve, the asset stockpile, but let's look at some of these fact sheets here because it says it'll capitalize with Bitcoin owned by the Department of Treasury that was forfeited. Other agencies will evaluate their legal authority to transfer any Bitcoin by those agencies to the strategic Bitcoin reserve, and it will consist of digital assets other than Bitcoin owned by the DOJ that was forfeited by crypto, right? So that's the other thing, right? Is it's not, hey, we're going to go and buy XRP, Solana, ADA, whatever all these things are, right? We were all worried about that, myself included, like, hey, we were going to buy XRP, pump Brad Garlinghouse's bags, right? But no, not so fast, my friend. We aren't doing that. Right? Even though they are having these crypto people in the White House to talk in these White House crypto summits, they are saying, hey, it should be Bitcoin and Bitcoin only, even the shitcoin influencers, which I think is interesting and should be of note because they're talking about using budget neutral ways to get more Bitcoin, not to get anything else. And so part of that strategy will be to potentially sell off the obtained XRP, sell off the obtained ETH, sell off the obtained Solana, not necessarily go out and buy all of it, right? So I think it is absolutely huge that we're seeing this, right? So, like I said, Trump wants to hold the seized crypto, right? He doesn't want to go and buy more crypto. We don't want any cost to our taxpayers. The government wants to hold on to the seized crypto assets. Industry leaders seek clarity on crypto regulation, and then there's concern over Trump's conflict of interest, right? So he welcomed a large amount of players. In addition, the GOAT, Michael Saylor, strategy CEO, and others, right? So he's going for Bitcoin and Bitcoin only. He's told that the White House that establishing a Bitcoin reserve should have been done a long time ago. He said taxpayer funds would not be used. The plans disappointed some, right? Hey, they're saying the plans are disappointing here, right? Because we're seeing this. We're seeing everything flop down. 80K. It's all over. Pack it up, folks. Why are we even here doing this stream? Bitcoin's dead. It's down to 80K. It's insane, right? It is insane that we're saying that things are over here because of what I just lined out for this plan. Now, if the U.S. government takes Michael Saylor's plan, the number that I came up with here might shock you on how much Bitcoin would immediately run to. Look, we've got the Bitcoin market cap currently All right, it's 1,000 more than when I did this earlier. Okay, don't hate me for it, folks. But as of earlier today, it was almost at 82. The circulating supply is just under 21 million. So that makes this market cap about 1.67 trillion, right? So Willy Woo, who I love to go through his multiplier effect here, for those who have been here multiple times, they know his multiplier effect, every dollar that is added to Bitcoin adds 6 to its market cap. So just for reference, that's Willy Woo saying that, not me, folks. But we get the market cap here. So if this $86 trillion buy was multiplied by 6, that would make the market cap $516 trillion. Look, that's what. Oh, whoops, 81 trillion. Excuse me. So it was a little bit. I did a little bit more. Excuse me, folks. $86 trillion. You do this, you do the maths here, the quick maths, we get about $24 million per Bitcoin at that point in time. That's with the total overall supply of 21 million, assuming all the supplies in circulation at that point. Now, if we do it now, where the current supply just under 20 million, we get 26 mil a coin, right? So this thing is absolutely coming in through. And it looks like we're getting some audio issues. So if you guys still get audio issues in the chat, please be sure to let me know. So I apologize. I am trying to pause a little bit more as I run through these things for you guys pretty quickly. But this guy, Earth Wanderer, says it costs 80K right now to buy a receipt that says you 80K, guys. FOMO in. Hey, I mean, I think it's time. I think everybody is absolutely seeing this Bitcoin price and salivating at the mouth. They're seeing Trump want to sign in a crypto reserve, right? He did an executive order on this for a reason, folks. Remember this tweet? I went over it last weekend from David Sachs, lining it out, saying just a few minutes ago, President Trump signed that in. It's estimated that the U.S. owes 200,000 Bitcoin. The biggest thing here, however, there has been no complete audit. That's the one issue here, folks. But the premature sales have cost the U.S. taxpayer 17 billion, like the goat. And now the federal government will have a strategy to maximize the value of its holdings. Look, promises made, promises kept. Say what you want about the guy. Everything that he was campaigning seems to be coming true here, right? It seems to be coming true. And now with that, you guys, I love to give you some free sats. So if you come to my live stream, I know All Nighter Hider, my man in the chat, is saying here that I'm competing with my guy, Luke Mikic. I didn't realize he was going live. I was talking to him earlier today, but I don't know if he's going to be giving you guys some free sats. So this is why you come to the Green Candle chat right here. Get your Lightning wallets ready. If you're in the US, you need a wallet called Speed, or you can go to coinos.io, and I will do that right here. And smoke the like for me while I give you guys some free sats. We're going to the wishing well, so I hope you guys have your Lightning wallets ready. It's going in. We're seeing that coin toss in 210 sats for you straight to the dome piece. Hope you guys get it on and whoa, I guess I need to pause myself here real quick. But hope you guys get this chance to get this generational wealth, because we're seeing Michael Saylor absolutely be extremely bullish of what is going on here, right? We're seeing Michael Saylor and others say, hey, he wants to see $81 trillion worth of buys for the U.S. government, right? What is that going to do, right? All these calculations right now that I just assumed would be if the U.S. just literally just dumps Bitcoin in and nobody else buys, right? So what is this going to do when we start to implement these plans of that, right? The U.S. government comes out and says, hey, we're going to be trying to buy 25% of the network. You don't think other countries are going to start to FOMO in at that point in time? You don't think Wall Street is going to try to front run these guys at this time? You don't think that that's going to happen? I'll call you absolutely crazy, right? These guys are saying, hey, yeah, Larry Fink told us that last week. There'd be a death of 100 cuts. Everybody is seeing this. It's absolutely crazy to me. And I love it, honestly, that you guys are freaking out in the chat as we're seeing Bitcoin at 80K. Because if you were to tell me this, hey, we're going to be reading headlines, Bitcoin crashed to 80K after last year, I mean, I would have told you, okay, I'll take that any day of the week. And that's what we're doing right here, right? Year to date, oh man, we're an absolute bloodbath, down 14%. What is Trump doing? Or is the U.S. trying to buy Bitcoin at cheaper? Who knows, right? But last week, Larry Fink was interviewed and said, buy whatever big Bitcoin dip may be incoming. He just signaled what's going on now. Don't be surprised and don't get nervous. Hey, if you guys know me, I mean, I'm calm, cool, and collected here with these shades on, man. So I'm not getting an ounce of nervous energy. I hope you guys don't feel any of that coming through here because of what we got from our man, Saylor here. Literally, look at this. Look at this artwork they're throwing on here, right? They're throwing him with this dirty fiat saying, hey, buy more Bitcoin. They're still calling it MicroStrategy. But this strategic digital asset policy can strengthen the U.S. dollar, neutralize national debt, and position America as a global leader in the 21st century digital economy, which we all have known at this point in time, right? We've all known that this move could revolutionize everything for the United States, for the dollar, for Bitcoin. This move is significant because it changes the game. It starts the global arms race, folks. It starts that game theory that we've all been talking about for quite some time, that people will gravitate towards better money, that people will gravitate towards the potential of what we're seeing here, of China now potentially meeting this weekend saying, hey, we saw the U.S. literally put together this meeting within a week. They signed an executive order within a week of all this. Things are moving fast, very fast, and they're trying to keep up. Liam is saying he thought Bitcoin was overpriced at 1.5 million a coin. Oh no, at 1,000. Oh shoot, at 1,500. Man, I can't see with these glasses all the time. My God, yeah. Hey, I think Max Kaiser says it great. He thought Bitcoin was overpriced when he saw it at $100. Everybody thinks that Bitcoin is overpriced when they see it, right? You get the price of Bitcoin at the price you deserve. Trump is going to bring on hyperinflation to force the Fed to cut rates. We are a small microcosm and totally vulnerable to overall market conditions, but we rise like this phoenix. Look, I don't necessarily agree 100% with that. I think that this is going to cause the global M2 money supply. We're currently shrinking that, right? So let me actually look up that because this is a big player in the market, right? Just by looking at this. Let's look at it. Global M2 money supply here. So we're seeing it kind of catwalk along and actually start to trend downwards, right? So when we're seeing these things start to trend downwards, especially right here, the global central banks, that's when we see things start to crash in the Bitcoin market as well. Oh, you guys aren't even seeing this. Whoops. So as this global M2 money supply keeps coming down, right? That's when Bitcoin price comes down as well. I mean, plain and simple, it's been floating with it as well. So we've got a guy in the X chat asking if I wear these glasses outside too. Yes, I do. I wore them walking my dog today. I do actually like them outside. I might actually get some comments of how much extracurricular things I'm dealing with them, but you know, that's a joke for neither here nor there. But yeah, I think that the overall Bitcoin or the global M2 money supply is absolutely massive, right? I love it, man. I love these. We're potentially going to have a partner. So wait on that soon because we might have a partner. I might be able to get you a discount. Give me another week or two. Tactical clown car. We might get some. As All Nighter Hider is saying, I don't think the dollar can hyperinflate. Being the WRC, not till the world reserve currency, not till it's rejected and there's no more debt demand. Look, I think that that's fairly true. I mean, we'll see. The hyperinflation has never happened with the global reserve currency, and that is a unique scenario that we've never seen in history before. So we don't really know how that's going to play out here. But what we do know is that these guys are just telling us their plans out in the front, right? They're telling us, hey, look what's going on here. Michael Saylor, $81 trillion proposal. Lummis suggesting buying 200,000 for 5 years. This $81 trillion, buying 25% is literally 5 times the Lummis bill. So I think we are going to see something absolutely massive here. And I'm not the only one that's thinking that. If you guys have checked my channel, you guys might have seen my recent interview with the legend George Bodine. If not, go to my channel, videos one day ago. I encourage you guys to go and see that video. It's absolutely electric. He is the man. So go and watch that. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit the like button. Smoke it like Cheech and Chong, as my man All Nighter Hider in the chat says. Subscribe and go ahead and head on over and watch that George Bodine interview because it is absolutely electric. All right, y'all. I appreciate all nearly 300 of you joining me today on a late Sunday afternoon, and I will see you guys at the next one.